3 nights in a row. We're live again. Lads, are you wrecked?
Yeah, it's getting there now. I had a lovely lie-in today. I'd lie until 5 p.m. So, I shouldn't be too wrecked, but still, I watched a lot of wrestling over this weekend.
It's too much.
Broken. I'm broken.
You're like Bray Wyatt, newly broken.
It's true. Because along with all the WWE stuff, I've watched Ring of Honor and about 5 different indie shows from this weekend.
And I watched most of the cursed UFC 223 card as well. Steve is still in the arena, we think. What did he say?
He hasn't really just said he'll join us when he can. But yeah, I don't know if there's a dark match or not. I asked him, but he hasn't gotten back, or else he's on the way back to the hotel, or he's somewhere along the way anyway.
He says he's balls deep in Beach Ball Mania at the moment.
In fairness, not on TV anyway. Fitz said there was some in the arena, but there's nothing came across on TV.
It's because the show delivered, though.
That's it. It's the difference.
It was a good Raw. A very good Raw. Apart from some strange decisions, but the first note I have here is commentators hate each other. It's just non-stop all night.
It's basically, I find it's Cole and Corey teaming up on Coach, basically for things he's missed while he's been gone. It seems to be the basic trend of most of it.
Yeah, it was a lot of Real Madrid versus Barcelona stuff happening tonight. I don't think I've heard that much on Raw before. But before we go any further, I'm here with Gordo and Nikki.
Hey,
Yep.
Steve will be along whenever he gets his ass out of whatever arena they're in now. Are they in the Smoothie King again or whatever it is?
Yeah. Smoothie King Center tonight.
But he's 800 yards away, so not too bad. 2018, lads, the 9th of April. Who do you think came out on Raw first?
What all bollocks, Jaws.
Bollocks, Jaws. Stephanie McMahon is out first. At least it made sense this time. But,
it did.
But they started straight away with the whole, they boo the people they normally like and they cheer the people they normally hate. It's Bizarro World, Gordo.
Fuck off.
They never used the phrase Bizarro World, though.
Corey did later in the show.
Did he?
He did.
He did.
And pretty much anything to do with it being an unorthodox crowd or anything like that, I counted all of them as being Gordon needs to drink. 7 cans. I just opened the 8th one a couple of minutes ago. I'm fucking half cut here. This is going to be fun.
No wonder you didn't keep notes for your review.
Hey, I'm going to find out most of them were drank in hour 3. So
the thing is, it just went off the air. We can riff off. I have the match listings and I have some notes, so we'll be fine. We're not going to go that long. We'll wait till Steve gets on and we see what happens. But Stephanie comes out and says the international fans should have sympathy and that she could smell them. She knew they were international.
I could hear Fitz saying, "Get fucked."
But Ronda comes out to a massive reception.
Well, in fairness, after what the performance we were on last night, couldn't have been any about other reception than a reception for her.
After all the wrestling and UFC and everything I've watched this weekend, I watched that Ronda match again today. It was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It really was. She did so well. But anyway, Stephanie says she'd get the machine behind her. And then we have our first shut the fuck up chant of the night. But then, she goes to shake her hand. Ronda goes for a hug. And then we get the face. It's like the Roy Keane face. Like Alfie Ingla Holland / Stephanie McMahon is about to get it. Flying armbar. And the worst part of the night was straight away. Michael Cole, 2018. Rowdy Ronda should change her name to Rebel Ronda.
Ugh.
You're like, oh my God. Maggle.
Maggle, get fucked, Maggle.
We had the "You Deserve a Chance." Stephanie was about to pop out there for a minute. I think the camera angle
it was coming close there for a sec.
Whoever the cameraman is in trouble. Get a different angle. But then Jojo, this was brilliant. Jojo tells the crowd to show some respect. And then that was very good. Whoever made that decision, that was genius. But then we had the boo who they normally cheer, Bizarro World segment at the top of Raw After Mania.
Ah, yeah. Fitz says was that Jojo did a bit before as well. He's saying in the group chat, saying trying to get the crowd hype, saying that they're going to relive on the final moments of the match from last night. Boos. between Triple H, Stephanie, and Angle Rousey. Way.
At least, you know what? This was one of the better ones. I mean, they've seemed to have gotten it now. And the way they should do things and the returns and the call-ups and everything.
So many. I was surprised by how many there was tonight.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, well, like, there were so many people cleared, but tomorrow night we still have what? Big Cass, Dean Ambrose, Jason Jordan. There's a few people still cleared, ready to come back.
I reckon they'll hold off on Cass until next week and just have him drafted to SmackDown on SmackDown and he comes out.
Yeah.
Make more sense. Tomorrow, I don't see any returns tomorrow. I'd see more so a couple of call-ups. So I don't see
tomorrow's call-up Mania.
But I think we'll save that to the end because we have a bit of a game planned. So there's so many people coming up and so many people coming back. Like, something has to give. So we're saying you pick one person to go to Raw, one to SmackDown, and one to go home. I hope you have it ready.
No, that's going to be totally on the fly.
No, that was the same as that. Don't worry, I won't say The Miz. I do realize that I can't say The Miz because that would be ridiculous.
You can say him to SmackDown.
Oh, I can, but I can't say go home.
Well, no.
Yeah, because that'd be ridiculous. I'm playing within the rules, unlike Fitz.
Yeah, Mr. Kick out of an F5. Get fucked.
The new Raw Women's Champion Nia Jax shows up. Do you deserve a chance?
Yeah.
That was odd.
That was odd. In fairness, the way they've built it, I can understand it. And even though it is the smart crowd, you know, you want to be on the side when you're dealing with these type of bullying things. You know, you don't want to be a dick either. So I'm guessing that's probably a lot of it.
True, but we had our first call up of the night, Ember Moon.
Yay!
So happy.
Love Ember.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah, she's going to do great here. I thought she might want to SmackDown, but when did you have the Superstar shake up next week? You can't really say what the rosters are going to be like after that yet, so it's hard to tell where she would fit in better, but we'll see for now. Anyway, I'm happy enough. She's up. She hit a perfect eclipse, and I'm happy.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, exactly. Any of the call-ups we mentioned here, this is just, they got them on Raw. It doesn't mean where they're going. Unfortunately, poor Nicholas seems like he's failed the wellness. Braun and Nicholas have relinquished the tag titles because Nicholas has a scheduling conflict because he's in the 4th grade.
He needs to go to school. I still say bring him back from the summer for a little bit. Give him a run in the summer, in the summer holidays. It'd be fantastic.
Do training vignettes. I stand by what I said last night. Do the fucking training vignettes like they're done from place. As soon as he finishes, just randomly have one appear on Raw of just Strowman teaching him how to flip cars, but have him start by like tipping not in plastic toy cars for kids. Have him tip over one of them, like.
Oh man. But yeah, next up we had No Way Jose. It was the second call up of the night. Do we see this going the way of Adam Rose?
Yeah. Well, he did have the fucking hose buds.
The hose buds.
Oh, that is fucking marvelous.
But he's just here to have fun, Corey. Is basically what we were told.
So it's not because he likes boats.
No, and that he's a boating enthusiast. No,
okay.
he's a dancing enthusiast.
He's a dancing enthusiast. Okay.
Yeah. But No Way Jose is a big fucking dude.
Oh, he's massive. Like it's the thing. It depends on what way they work with him. Even in NXT, they never really ran with him too much. So this could go the way of Alexa Bliss and be a case of someone that didn't make it all the way to the top of NXT does amazingly on the main roster. But I feel it's more going to go towards the Adam Rose, Fandango, Tyler Breeze type way of a little bit of a push and then downhill. Maybe come back later on.
Yeah. I see a tag team in his future, unfortunately. Kurt Angle tells us there's a tag team eliminator coming up, and they never really explained this until the matches happened.
There's no limit. It's just a regular fucking small tournament.
Why not just say that?
I don't know.
But they said the bar will face the winner of the tournament. Is it?
Yeah, the bar at the show in Jeddah.
It's not just any show, Nicky.
The greatest Royal Rumble.
Thank you.
In Jeddah,
which doesn't have a prize yet. There's no prize. You don't know what this is for. Like
money.
Yeah, if you're over there, it kind of has to be. But So the winner of this tournament is going to face the Bar at that show.
Yeah. And then we had the Revival against the Good Brothers with no entrances.
They eliminated entrances for the Eliminator.
I see. Good call. The Revival win it, but Carl Anderson was the star of the show.
Great. Car's great.
Like, wasted.
Yep.
Completely wasted here.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Like the way they've been booking them, they had their Raw Tag Team title shot or run for a little bit. What, last year? They were good champions going into Mania last year, weren't they?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, when they reformed up and did the Balor Club thing, I thought, all right, finally they've got it to going, and they just kind of forgotten about it in the last few weeks.
They did it for 2 weeks, I think, and that was it. Anyway, Rollins comes out, and this is something we didn't notice last night, but now he's a Grand Slam champion. Grand Slam Rollins.
I think they did say it on commentary last night.
I totally missed that. I didn't hear that at all. They obviously didn't ram it down our throats. So I think that's the thing.
On the network.
That's the thing. You don't hear things that are subtle anymore. They have to tell you 100 times. Maybe they're right. But he said, he was the final member of the Shield, blah, 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 to win the Grand Slam. And then Balor comes out and there was slight boos.
I think it was just because he interrupted Rollins mid-speech. I think that's the only reason.
That seems strange. But he kind of said that there's a winner in Rollins, a loser in Miz, and Balor is left wanting more. And then yes chance, extends the hand, and Rollins accepts the challenge. Miz appears then, and he says he made the title prestigious and relevant to WWE. Fake news. Sorry, had to do it. And the Miz fucks up his promo again. How much more Miz hate do I have here?
I'm guessing a lot. Yeah.
I know. But he kind of said that he deviates from his strategy so he could win with no excuses. Bad writing, I think, there. But anyway. But he said that losing makes his newborn baby cry. And his wife cry. And then him cry. And then Rollins, which I thought would be the line of the night, had said, well, watching you wrestle makes me want to cry. And I thought, nailed it. I mean, that's the best line of the night. But Kurt Angle was yet to come. So Miz says he's the rematch clause at Backlash. And then they kind of made the match Mizettes versus Rollins and Balor. And then Jeff Hardy shows up and they make the match for later.
Yeah, well, 6-man tag.
An odd main event.
Good Teddy Long special.
Yeah. Holla holla.
Play up.
And during all this, they also aired a video package for that Greatest Royal Rumble, which spoiled its return later, but was also mentioned a match that we're getting at that for the IC title.
Cool. But we'll talk about it in a minute. Mandy Rose versus Sasha Banks. Nikki, help me out introducing this segment. It's what time?
I believe it's boss time.
Boss time.
So that'll be the big dog for us.
The big dog.
Oh, yeah, later this week we'll have our interview exclusively with the big dog, by the way. No shit, we do have that.
This is legit. This is just Steve editing stuff. This is legit. We actually have an interview with the big dog.
We have an interview with the big dog. And we got him to say, the big dog.
The big dog.
But yeah, what's next? We had a Bailey chant, and once again the commentary blames those damn smelly international fans. Just having the bands.
Oh yeah, loves and bands.
Yeah. So we had Bailey, Sasha, nonsense. Mandy Rose won, and then after that, Paige retired.
She did.
We're waiting for this now for a while to see when they do it.
I thought maybe they were doing more tests or something. That's why they're holding off. But that seems like she asked to just hold off until now because it was the place that she did debut in the main roster. It was there that night, so it was
full circle.
Yeah, it makes sense for her to do it there.
Sad to see.
It is. It really is.
Well, 4 years is all she was there.
That's all.
4 in the main roster, yes.
Yeah.
My God. She caused a lot of trouble in 4 years, though, lads, in fairness. That's Shawn Michaels career level. But Shawn Michaels, I mean. It's 4:30 in the morning.
She was a big part of that whole revolution. Would have been the match her versus Emma at NXT Arrival. It's what really started to kickstart that whole Divas revolution into the women's evolution.
Well, yeah, because Emma started the Divas revolution.
You mean Emelina, no?
Emelina started the Divas revolution.
That's sad to see. Suppose he had a lot of UK fans there as well, so it was a good time to do it.
Mm.
But later in the night, we had Sasha versus Bailey announced for next week.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know. Yeah, they've missed their opportunity here. I mean, they're just dragging it out.
It's ridiculous. I wonder unless it's a case that maybe Sasha takes over Absolution.
I don't know. Like, I reckon I saw someone put this on Twitter. I can't remember who said it, but have one of them turn heel, whether it's Sasha or Bailey tonight on Raw next week at the end of that match, and then get drafted to SmackDown, so they don't have the payoff for a while. Because at this point, if you keep going with this feud now, people are sick of it right now because it's dragged out too long. If you break them up now, and then they can pick it up later on sometime.
Teasing the bag. Elias came out next. We had an walk with Elias chant. That was quite cool.
Glorious.
I said the crowd, the crowd the night after Mania, they're usually good, but sometimes they try and take over the show a bit. This one was fantastic. The crowd was great all night. There was no trying to hijack the show. There was no beach balls. There was no. It was just they were just a great crowd.
Yeah,
you know how every time Elias comes out, they cheer him anyway. Somehow they felt the need to interject the Bizarro Land stuff here, so I have it written down. Cole, it's the night after WrestleMania. Going, that's why they're singing. Corey with his first Bizarro Land of the night, and then Coach, it's like Madrid versus Barcelona in here.
And for Real Madrid versus Barcelona.
Weird.
He just kept mentioning it.
And then,
why not mention like an Istanbul derby? There's a better atmosphere for that. Like.
And then we had he kind of called us during the song he called the crowd scumbags, and then we had a "We are scumbags" chant.
Love that, so perfect.
That was very good. And then we had Bobby Lashley make his very telegraphed, very obvious, we all knew it was happening return. Did you see the image that appeared earlier in the night?
No,
someone who was in the arena earlier took a picture of the Tron.
Oh yes,
oh, fuck's sake.
Got out hours before it was supposed to happen.
Idiots.
My only problem here, I'm not a big Bobby Lashley fan, but I'll put that aside for a second. Elias has been buried 2 nights in a row here.
I feel he can take it at the moment, though. The way his character is, it's part and parcel with the character. So I don't mind that too much.
Yes, but you've got Cena on the way out and Lashley, who is 106, but coming in again, who always had a bad attitude. It doesn't sit right with me. Maybe I'm marking out for Elias.
I just don't like Lashley. There was a lot of negativity in Casa del Gordo tonight when Lashley came out.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either.
Lashley is Paddy's hatred wrestler. His irrational hatred was always Lashley.
He's like my Miz.
Pretty much. That was it. Yeah, Lashley is.
The difference is Miz is talented.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
In fairness, Lashley has come on a long way since he left WWE last time.
That's not fucking hard.
He is my Miz, my flame. Moment of the night. It's coming right up. We're flying through it a bit here, but sure, like, look, whoever's listening, it's 25 to 5 here. Still no fits, but we'll get him at the end. I was leaving us a bit of time at the end for our little game. Kurt is backstage, and then Kevin and Sammy show up in suits. They're either coming fresh from court or they want a job. Kurt points out why they were fired. You know, they were looking for a job, and he's like, "But you got fired because you were, messing with the general manager and the commissioner." And that was a nice little touch. And Sammy just says they're looking for a spot, but Kurt says the tag division is full. But that I hear that TNA is hiring.
so good. Oh, it was the perfect moment. I'm surprised that they let him do it. I don't know if it was just him off his own back. I'm assuming not.
Oh, I hope it was.
I would love if it was. And at first, the way he said it as well, like, it wasn't really insulting TNA, but at the same time, it was great.
But TNA,
what's in TNA?
Yeah, it's Impact. In fairness, TNA put the tweet up going, because they're called Impact Wrestling now, with like hashtag We Are Impact. Fair play to them.
Yeah.
Their social media stuff and their new approach over the weekend was great. Streaming on Twitch and letting people co-stream it and everything. Fair play to them.
Smarts, business smarts.
See what happens when you get rid of Jeff Jarrett. But that was amazing. Speaking of Jeff Jarrett, we might have him tomorrow night.
You think he's going to be new SmackDown GM?
I think so. Oh, God.
There's only so many light bulbs I can bat in 1 week.
Not cheap, like.
Slater and Rhino were out next. And wonder what was going to happen next. What did they do? I can't even remember because I knew AOP were coming and I was like, oh, yay, AOP. What did they say? They wanted to challenge somebody or something?
Yeah, they were just saying that we didn't get in the tournament thingy, so we just, to anyone in the back wants to come out and face us because we got kids and money and need money, kids, money.
And Rhino likes cheese and
crackers too.
crackers.
But yeah, Authors of Pain show up with Paul Ellering, and I thought, oh my God, he's going on the road. But then, quick death happens. They hit the last chapter, but not the Super Collider. Saving something, or have they banned it?
I wouldn't say they've banned
Pretty
it.
safe move.
Yeah.
It's odd they didn't use it.
I always find the Super Collider looks a bit awkward.
Yeah. Maybe they've told them they can't use it on the main roster.
Yeah.
Anyway, they hit the last chapter. And then they leave Paul Ellering. We got here, we don't need you anymore type thing. Which is odd.
In the fact that he's not going to be touring, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I still say you could have had him just for TVs, but obviously he doesn't want to even do that, it seems like. And you can understand it. So
Yeah.
do we think that he's going to go with War Machine or whatever the fuck they're called now?
What are they called now?
War Raiders.
War Raiders. Oh, God. Lara Croft type job. I think he'll go with War Machine.
It makes sense, like.
I mean, he's under contract. They didn't just go, well, AOP are up, so go fuck yourself.
You never know, they could bring in his daughter and he could start managing her.
They need to
for
figure
Charlotte.
Yeah. We get to the breakdown. So yeah, Roman comes out and he talks about Brock's new deal, even though, they announced a re-signing, but as we know, his deal was frozen when he went to fight Mark Hunt that time. So he got 6 hours. Oh, Fitz is in.
Do we?
Oh, speaking of deals.
We do.
Welcome, Steve of House Fitzpatrick.
Steve, you're not going to believe your time in here, but guess who we're talking about?
Is it Gordo's missus?
No.
Our favorite person to talk about.
Bollocks Joe?
No.
No.
Oh, Jesus.
How was the reaction? We literally just started his segment. How was the reaction in the arena for Dipper?
It wasn't quite as loud as the boos last year on Raw After Mania, but not far off it.
I didn't think it was. It didn't come across bad on TV anyway.
No.
Oh, it was quite loud, all right.
Okay, so they muted the mics then.
I would think so. If you're gauging that reaction from what you heard, then yeah, they definitely muted something anyway.
Well, I'm gauging it on last year with the that.
Well, last year was fucking nuclear.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of sympathy out there for Dipper this year. I think people wanted to see, not that they wanted him to win it, which I did, and a couple of us. Nikki, you agreed with me. Just more that Brock to go.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to seep through a little bit.
Do we think it's going to happen at fucking Great Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Cage match?
Cage match. I mean, they're not. They're sending Brock. How do they get Brock Lesnar to go to Saudi Arabia?
He has made someone outside of the world.
Exactly. He's got to have some mate or something there. He wants to go visit.
I assume it means he had 2 dates taken off his contract or something.
Yeah.
There had to have been. There's no way. I don't know how they managed to do this, but yeah, he says Roman found out on the internet. He mentions the cage match, and as he says, it'll end up with me being the Universal Champion. And then we had Joe return. Steve, reaction. Joe in the arena.
Unbelievable.
It sounded it.
Yeah, unbelievable. No, it was just poetic almost. It was lovely.
So joking down, he said Brock didn't just beat you, he exposed you, you failed, you lied to the fans, your family. Every time you and you and Brock get in the ring, you end up getting jacked up. You end up going through a table, you get beaten and broken, and Brock gets richer. That's a fucking great promo.
Mm-hmm.
Joe does good promos.
Yeah.
Everything Joe does is great.
The weird thing at the end was Joe says he's waiting for Roman to lose in the cage, and then he'll be waiting for him at Backlash. And then Coach points out, what's the point in that? Like, why would you challenge Brock? Or, why would you wait to beat up Roman? Why didn't you just go for Brock now that Roman has beaten, the second time or whatever?
He's foreshadowing that Roman wins so that Roman will have the belt at Backlash and then he'll be after Roman.
Well, we know Roman wins because they're listed for live events and Raws for later I think it's May, isn't it?
Yeah.
Roman wins in Saudi Arabia, basically. Which is going to be odd because Brock won't like not being the champion, so he won't try a leg until SummerSlam. You know what it's like. I was in the arena for Roman versus Dean Ambrose, or Brock versus Dean Ambrose, and trust me, he didn't give a fuck.
You can't compare that because it was Dean Ambrose.
No
one gives a fuck with Dean Ambrose.
When Brock doesn't care, it's horrendous.
I don't care. I don't blame him for that.
I wonder will they keep the belt on him until SummerSlam?
Better not. At this point, they just have to get that off him as soon as possible. No, they gave the shocker at Mania, so now they can just go, yeah, fine, we'll finally take it off him now. We've had our shock moment.
I think there'll be a shock moment at Rumble by how quick Roman will win. I think he'll win it in less than 3 minutes. They'll Goldberg it.
But just hit the spear and run over the cage.
Yep. I think he'll make absolute shit of him within the first couple of minutes and quickly get out of it. Or it'll be one of the ones where you can pin inside the cage.
So they have the private jet already running outside the arena for Brock.
Oh, they're not even going to stop it. It's literally just going to drop him off, go up, do a lap, come back, and pick him up again.
So this match is going on first.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It's on the pre-show. It's on the pre-show of the Christmas.
So Steve won't ever see it.
I'll never see it, but I'll be happy that the Brit won the title. Next up, we had what I'm describing as, or one of you described as in the group chat, the Woken Warriors versus Titus Worldwide. This was brilliant, purely just for comedy. They did the whole worldwide delete, and then we did Tandem Wonderful from Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy.
Giving the round of applause for a flip.
Apollo did. So we're going to go with the Deleter of Worlds. Is what I've seen floating around as the name.
I like that.
But Bray and Matt win. We'll have Bray and Matt versus Revival next week.
Poor Revival.
Yeah.
You gotta assume Bray and Matt are winning that one. Like,
fuck yeah.
I thought they were great. We'll kind of skip ahead to the Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, and Bray Wyatt segment that came after the next match, which was amazing. Matt congratulates Jeff for recovering from his broken condition. He said he left him a message, but it was deleted. And he kind of asked, was it Bray walked up? And he just said, Brother Nero. And he hugged him. So he's fully in. And Matt says, wonderful, as he hugs him. And then at the end, it's like Jeff asks Bray, how does he feel? And he says, I feel wonderful. So we have broken Bray Wyatt.
We do. And then there's a great moment of Jeff going back to the two lads, Finn and Seth, and just doing, what the fuck? Perfect.
He just puts chewing gum in his mouth and he goes, and just moved on.
But yeah, this is perfect. This is what they needed. This is what the Broken Universe should have been from the start when they brought it over. I know some people still don't like this, but I love it. I love the Broken Woken, all of that. It's different. It's unique. It's entertaining.
Yeah. It's as we said, I don't know, for the last 3 weeks in a row, we talked about the casuals that don't like these certain things. Fuck them. Get everything else. Give us these little nuggets of joy, please. Yep. Reaction in the arena, Steve, was loud when it came.
Everything about the wokenness tonight was very good and was received exceptionally well.
Yeah. Be interested to hear how it gets on in fucking Podunk, Alabama now next week. When all the, like
Hartford, Connecticut, they're in.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
So Steph is opening the show again.
Oh
Yeah.
and
Just
hometown.
main event into promo main event.
Oh, you probably covered that already, but that segment was amazing live.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Stephanie was good now, to be fair. You didn't throw anything at her, like I suggested.
I was a bit far away, and I didn't want to get thrown out.
So you
A paper plane going from where you were sitting there all the way down to the ring would have been absolutely amazing. Say it.
There was enough fucking people being thrown out tonight, so there was. So,
was there? Go on.
Oh yeah, there's people were bringing, getting signs ripped up and arguing with security, and security were fucking them out.
What kind of signs?
I couldn't see them. They were the opposite side. They were literally in front of the hard cam, so it could even been picked up near the main event.
I'm guessing they're the Hulk Hogan guys. I saw a couple of things on Twitter about people with Hulk Hogan and hashtag Team Hogan and all that sort of stuff.
I saw one
saw
of
Hogan
those.
sign, all right.
Yeah, that was there last night as well as the guy in the front row behind Green Shirt Man. It was there at the very start of the show.
Yeah, so I know he got the sign taken off them, but apparently there was a few others got signs taken off. I think one or two got thrown out.
But guys, it's the night that the cheer people that normally boo and boo people that normally cheer. And we encourage it.
Stop, I have to go get me other can.
We encourage it and we want them to have fun. So let's rip up their Hulk Hogan signs.
I was saying earlier, Steve, the crowd on TV anyway came across like it was a lot, not like the last couple of years where, they were shitting all over things and they were beach ball and like that. None of that came across in the crowd. It just sounded like a good crowd this year. I don't know if it was different live or anything, but that's the way it came across on TV. And
Yeah, it was a bit of I was going to say a tamer crowd than last year. Not necessarily a bad thing, as Gordo opens a can. But yeah, there was the main events. I think the crowd were a little bit flat for, which is expected coming up to the end of the third hour with a 6-man tag.
Fourth or fifth day of them being there.
Yeah. Exactly, and a match where you kind of three baby faces thrown together, and it was a weird dynamic almost. So, other than that, no, I thought the crowd was quite good. Yeah, there wasn't much booing or shitting all over things they weren't supposed to do per se, but no, it was good.
So, Steve, which guys did you normally cheer that did you boo?
Roman Reigns.
And which person that you normally boo did you cheer?
Roman Reigns. I was saying Boo Earns.
You're just trying to have fun out here, Corey, But
so
as we said,
grab me a hurricane, will you?
So yeah, Miz and Mizettes versus Jeff Hardy, Balor, and Rollins closed the show. There was a weird thing. Did you hear the thing Coach mentioned about Rollins and his T-shirt at the start of this?
Oh, he was just saying like if he gets straight to SmackDown that he's going to lose a lot of T-shirts.
Yeah, and then Cole was like, "I'm sure that's all he's worried about." And then it was just quiet. And then he goes, Balor Club. What? Cole and the lads had a bit of crack tonight. They're either really good at their jobs and hating each other, or they just hate their lives. Corey's the only one that seems like he likes being there. Coach is trying his best with his Real Madrid and Barcelona references.
Well, it's actually that I didn't have to put up with Coach this week. That's a plus from being in the arena.
Do you know what this night needed? Booker.
Oh,
yeah.
I think they should have dropped either one of the guys. You know, Booker lead play-by-play tonight would have been amazing.
I like that kid.
I like that
kid.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
Oh my god! Can you imagine his reaction to Nicholas?
Oh, Nicholas! What the hell?
What the hell, that kid?
I like that kid.
I like that kid.
Oh, Steve, by the way, I'm sure you'll tell us it's even louder, but on TV, Nicholas was the biggest pop of the night.
I wouldn't have said it was louder than Rousey.
Apart from the TNA line, I think Nicholas and TNA are vying for the biggest pop of the night.
Yeah, it was quite loud, yeah. I wouldn't argue with that.
Oh, they lost their minds. But anyway, clearly not. Maybe that's how it came across on TV.
I think the mics might have been turned up for that one, I think.
No, it seemed it. But
speaking of the commentary, one thing I do like about it is the fact I actually really like the Cole doesn't like all the woken stuff. I think that's great. Just him just trying to like pass it all off as absolute ignorance, and Corey completely going all in on it. I love that.
He kept trying to mess with the lake of reincarnation and all sorts of stuff. I was like, what was it called?
The lake thing. You went to that lake thing.
He went for a swim.
But I guess it's kind of a subtle thing. Like if Cole doesn't like it, it means the viewer should like it. That kind of way. Or the
But
smart viewer should like it.
Does that mean tonight we're supposed to agree with him, though?
Oh, because we
Bizarro
normally...
World.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm supposed to like Michael Cole because normally I don't like him.
Like he went Bizarro World himself because he was good at putting over a lot of the call-ups.
Yeah, true.
So he went Bizarro World.
Oh, there's
It's
no
all
stop.
Bizarro World, Michael.
Yeah. So we
Tell me,
mentioned... Go on.
How did the Lashley appearance come across on TV? Brought up.
Do you want to hear how it went across in the living rooms first?
Like it was met very well in the arena. People did enjoy it in the arena.
Seemed a big pop.
Because people have short memories.
I think he's going to surprise you, Gordo.
No. Remember, I
Gordo, do me
reviewed Impact until 6 months ago.
that was Impact writing and booking. Gordo, do me a favor, go get another can, yeah. But oh my god, that was probably one of my favorite moments of the entire weekend was that segment with Elias. That was amazing to be part of.
Oh, the cheetah singing along with him and the clapping and the
everything. That was fantastic. Like that was probably my best moment from the entire main roster of the weekend.
So you paid to see Elias essentially, like he claimed.
Oh, I'm a mark for Elias. I will open my wallet and let him take whatever he wants.
So how do you feel about him getting buried 2 nights back to back?
Part of his shtick, I suppose, really, isn't it? Like
That's what Nicky said as well.
Exactly what I said.
It's going over my head then. The 2 years saying that, it's going over my head where I feel like Cena is out the door. No need to bury a new guy. Very talented, very over guy who has the crowd in the palm of his hands. And then this clown Lashley comes back and...
I think they're two separate kind of things. Last night, I think it was a bit of a burial when he was kind of the bit part player in the Undertaker Cena story. Tonight, he kind of helped put over Lashley's return. So there's kind of two different angles I would take on that.
Yeah, fair point, I suppose. Still, though, what's next for Elias?
He loses to Lashley in a one-on-one match next week.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, possibly, like he's getting good airtime, and
that's true.
He's selling a lot of merch. Like there was a lot of Elias t-shirts throughout New Orleans for the last.
Were there any Elias muumuus going around? Because he was wearing them all weekend.
I did not see any Elias muumuus. I think that's a marketing opportunity for the WWE.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Elias to SmackDown?
I don't know. I don't think he'd suit SmackDown.
No, he's too. I think he's Raw. I think.
Yeah, he's a Raw character.
Yeah, and he needs the time as well. Like he's 3 hours there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which brings us to our last one. Steve, did you see the group message? Yeah.
Enlighten me.
So we're on about the Superstars shake-up that's happening next week.
Yes.
You've one person to go to Raw, one to go to SmackDown, and you suggested more than one, Steve. Who gets the old future endeavors?
Are we looking at call-ups here?
Well, you see, that's the thing. Something has to give, as we keep saying. There's more call-ups now. There's already too many people on Raw and too many people on SmackDown that can't get on TV.
Yeah.
So something has to give.
Oh, yeah. I think there has to be a culling of the likes we've never seen before.
Yeah.
I don't know if it will.
I estimated last night had 958 people under contract. So something, I may be 600 people above par there, but something has to give.
A margin of error of 600.
just a slight margin of error. Does anyone have a start? Because I haven't put too much thought into it. Something I thought we'd close it off with.
Other than the fact she has a championship belt, Nia Jax.
In what future endeavors?
Oh yes, I would be getting her straight off television.
I wouldn't say future endeavor. I'd say back to NXT.
Yeah. No. It's my pick, Nicky. It's my pick.
Work away.
I put Rollins over to SmackDown with the belt and inverted that Jinder comes to Raw with the United States belt.
That improves SmackDown a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd do AJ to Raw, Balor to SmackDown, and who am I future endeavoring? Not The Miz, don't worry, Steve. I already explained that would be ridiculous. Ty Dillinger, future endeavors.
Ooh.
Ty.
Selfishly, because I want him to go off and do better things. Like Juice Robinson left and did much better. What was he called? CJ Parker?
Yeah.
Interesting side note while we're talking about, going off and doing better. Dolph Ziggler, he made an interesting revelation when I was talking to him,
Oh, yeah?
as a reporter.
Will that be exclusively live on 2-Bit Sports next week?
Quite possibly.
Okay.
He confirmed that he hasn't signed a new contract yet.
Oh.
You're getting worked.
That it's still in the process, but it's likely to happen, he said. But he was given full, open, honest answers.
Yeah, he seems to not give a shit.
Yeah.
So there's possibly one that could be in the shake-up of movers, shakers, and levers.
Interesting.
Gordo, any thoughts on your 1, 2, and 3?
The switching the mid-card titles makes sense. I still want Revival to SmackDown because I'm fed up with them getting buried on Raw.
So you want him to get buried by Bludgeon Brothers?
I think the two of them against Bludgeon Brothers could be a fucking great match. But I also think them against Usos could be fucking insanely good. Fuck it, put Breezango to Raw, Revival to SmackDown. Make the SmackDown tag team more serious. Leave Breezango come over to Raw and do some skits, and it'll fit with the fact that likes No Way Jose is over there. Out the door, Felicia Wolf. Leo Rush to 205 Live. That's the main ones I can think of.
A dark horse for my getting rid of, since I can't use my Ajax. Worldwide.
That's why I was going to go with the two of them. I was going to go with Titus Worldwide.
You can keep them. I'll get rid of Heath Slater and Rhino. So
okay, cool. I feel like Titus. I'd never really liked Titus in general, and
Shocking.
yeah, and Apollo I think needs to. He's going to be much better on the Indies again because they just haven't used him right.
Yeah, I think we need to explain. Yeah, as I said with Ty Dillinger, it's not like go get fucked. Essentially, it's someone that you think could do better outside.
Yeah, and I say the entire Balor Club to SmackDown. So you bring over them with it as well, and then on the flip side, going back over, I do AJ Styles as well to Raw, and also we have to throw a tag team over as well to make room for them. So I'd say put Benjamin and Gable over on Raw.
Oh, because JJ's there, we can bring back the proper American Alpha.
Oh yes. Did you hear the story about Shelton?
No.
His dad died the night before WrestleMania, and he still went and showed up.
Jesus
Christ.
Fucks to him. Don't want to bring the mood down now, but like Jesus, like fair play. So I don't think he'll be there tomorrow night or whatever. Gable is someone you need to kind of either put him back with American Alpha or you let him fly, see what he can do.
Strap the rocket on him.
Oh, he's so good. I asked Rory there who he would future endeavor, and he said, "Nobody. I shall not take the side of the man." He goes, "But no, I'd shit can Dana Brooke. She's the drizzling shits."
Well, Dana Brooks is part of the Titus Worldwide. It comes with the package.
Worldwide. I think this is something we could actually make a proper topic on Friday. I have a good bit of thought about it. See who moves.
Plus, we have the inside of SmackDown mind us that as well, rather than just having Raw.
Yeah. Because realistically, like with a shake-up, there's probably going to be maybe 5 to 10 additions for each brand, whether they're movers or call-ups or whatever.
But it still leaves the people like Ty Dillinger, Heath Slater, Rhino, those types still at the bottom, just treading water, getting a paycheck. I mean, more power to them and all, but
I mean, they need them for house shows. That's the thing. There'll always be some people doing that because they need the extra heads for house shows.
Yeah.
Why do they have Alicia Fox?
She's there to argue with Travis Brown and
Yes, based on this weekend, she might be there much longer
and get her head kicked in. If Ronda Rousey gets a hand, it's like, okay, Ronda Rousey versus Alicia Fox next week. Vince McMahon is going to turn a blind eye to that one.
Well, there's another topic for Friday. Think of where is Rosie's next feud coming from.
That's the thing. They kind of blew off the Stephanie thing tonight, didn't they?
Yeah. So where's she going?
I think you feed her jobbers for the next 2 months.
Oh God, yeah.
Or you use and we go
don't
back on our theory of getting rid of people, and you use lower card like Dana Brooke. And
yeah, I wouldn't feed her jobbers, because with jobbers you generally need someone pretty experienced enough just in case they're not. You never know what you're going to get with the extra talent. If you're putting them in with Ronda Rousey, who's not very experienced, things could go wrong there. At least if you put them with some of the lower card regular people, you know they're good. They'll be able to carry her through. She needs it.
Mickey James.
Yeah, Mickey James.
that'd be a good one.
Even there's a few they have on the roster they could use. Like, even if you want to use some of the NXT talents just for this, maybe the more experienced ones that would know,
Take bumps.
Like Davita Kai or whatever the hell her name was last night.
Dakota.
No, I know her.
Not the Indian one. No, she's
that's the one.
Kavita Devi. Right, Vita Devi or whatever her name is.
I mixed the two of them up in one there, didn't I?
You did.
Kavita, what's her? Kavita something.
Kavita Devi, the shit Great Khali.
It's fucking awful.
It's essentially if you get all the worst parts of Great Khali and multiply it by Lashley.
It was a measurement.
Gordo, me and you have a kindred spirit now. We have a hated wrestler. I have the Miz and you have Lashley. We can be friendly over that.
It's like Fitz with Natty.
Yeah, and Fitz is Natty. But Nikki, you don't have anyone that you.
No, not really. I'll have to get one.
You'll have to get one.
God damn you! You're too neutral. Damn you, Switzerland.
But yeah, we all have someone now. That's great. Now they know Gordo. It's out. Gordo hates someone.
I hate a lot of people.
Yeah, but I mean, the Lashley thing, that's passionate. That's Steve versus Miz passion there. Thank fuck this weekend is over, is all I'm going to say.
It's not over yet. There's another show to go.
It's only SmackDown, though.
I won't be watching that live.
I'm off anyway, so I'll watch it live.
I will too.
No, I'm not going to do a post show. No way.
Unless something major happens, but I doubt it will.
There's no one left, really, is there?
No.
Almas.
I reckon we'll see Almas tomorrow.
Yeah.
I reckon Almas. Who do I say?
Iconic.
Yeah, Almas iconic duo and Sanity.
Sanity. I suppose, yeah. There's lots of tag teams there now. So there you go. What happens to other tag teams? What happens to the Fashion Police? How should
Raw. They'll do for a lot of the fucking extra gimmicky, funny segments they do on Raw. I think they're better suited to that than SmackDown.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd like it to be a case that loads more people would go to Raw in the shake-up just to help it move along. Because you don't need the longer segments. If there's a lot of stuff happening, be a little faster paced, but who knows what's going to happen next week.
Making guesses about what they're going to do based on this weekend, there's no point.
Yeah, but we'll have a shake up next week with General Manager Kurt Angle and General Manager Jeff Jarrett. And if we know anything about Jeff Jarrett, he's going to carny the fuck out of that. Roman, Brock, Seth, Balor, they're all going to be on SmackDown.
There's one thing. If Daniel Bryan is still in charge of SmackDown, he has to have a way that he ends up with Miz back on his roster.
Yeah, I think Miz would probably go over.
Whatever brand Daniel Bryan is on, Miz has to be on it as well. We have to get that feud. That's the first feud. It's already there.
Yeah.
But they started the face turn with Miz, though, didn't they?
No.
But if you look up, they started that whole thing that he wasn't cheating anymore. Did you see that video they put up on the YouTube channel where the guys from Impractical Jokers were there? He's flat out saying, I don't cheat anymore, I don't cheat, blah, blah, blah. And then they totally changed it again tonight. So they started teasing it last week, had this video to ram it home. He sent the lads away at WrestleMania, he didn't need them. He was going to do it the right way for his daughter. And then this week, fuck it. I need them again. There's a weird thing going on there.
I don't know. He's the natural heel. I don't think anyone would take him as
No,
serious as a
you
face.
can't. No, it won't work. What else? Kevin and Sammy. What the fuck was that about?
Well, it's exactly as I predicted. They were never going to have that as a clean finish. They'll end up hiring both, so it's all the one.
Yeah. Just no
Stupid. So basically, there was no need to do this.
No, but it was a good match. It was probably the best match of the night, and everyone enjoyed it.
Oh, it's true. Anyway,
Was there a dark match, Fitz?
No, what actually happened was there was a beach ball mania party hosted by Seth Rollins.
That's ingenious. I like that. Okay, that's good.
So he got on the mic after the show went off the air and said, "This is our time now, and if anyone's beach balls, take them out." And the place was flooded with 20 or 30 beach balls going to the ring. Balor, Rollins, and Jeff Hardy just going around playing with the beach balls, kicking them into the crowd, doing keepy-ups, everything in the works. It was great fun. The cameras are still rolling, so it'll probably be up on the YouTube or on the network pretty soon.
Nice.
Rory has suggested we get El Generico to SmackDown.
I kind of thought they'd have Owens win and then have Generico show up on 205 tomorrow.
That's the thing, is 205 included in this shake-up? It's just Raw and SmackDown.
Last year it was included.
But that was part of Raw, though, wasn't it? Because the cruiserweights were exclusive.
Yeah, because Kalisto got drafted last year and stuff.
Oh man, imagine that. Like, superstar shake-up. Fuck 205 Live.
Finn Balor to 205 Live.
Oh, look, I already said it to you earlier on. After tonight, I'd rather see the return of Machine Gun Doc and Prince Devitt to go back to Japan, sort out this Bullet Club mess, join with the Tongans to go up against the Elite.
Give us OGBC against Kings of the North and the fucking Tivoli.
Yeah.
I genuinely think this, if they pull the trigger on this whole LGBT Balor thing, I think it could kill them altogether.
Before we go on to that, because I do want to talk about that, Rory brings up a good point. Neville, SmackDown.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought we might have seen him tonight.
But
Could
if
happen.
Yeah, that would make more sense. At least it keeps him away. At least if he's on SmackDown, he's fully away from 205 Live. Admittedly, it's recorded afterwards, but they're not going to be mixing like.
Yeah. Because they cheer the people that boo and they boo the people that cheer.
Oh, yeah.
It's bizarre land over there. No mixed match challenge, so we have an hour of 205 again, I suppose. I think that's a good call, Neville. Never thought of that. Not very excited, are you?
I'd be definitely up for Neville.
Yeah. I think it would work a lot better on SmackDown because there's no giants over there. So you could legitimately have Neville involved in a title picture and see a conceivable win for him. You know, it's not like him going up against Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar. On SmackDown, at least, there's normal-sized guys that he could compete with.
Yeah. The Balor LGBT thing. I cut you off a minute ago.
It was... I hate it. You know, there's nothing worse than... And this is going to sound contrived when we're talking about a company that has a character called The Undertaker and everything that goes with it. But when you create something so fake and forced, like an LGBT character like Balor, it's just terrible. Especially when you've got someone like Sonya Deville who is openly gay, who could be that person leading that movement. It's just fucking contrived and it's something that WWE do very, very well and in being contrived. So it's just fucking grinds my gears big time.
I don't see it. I don't see why he was chosen. Now, maybe he wanted to do it, and fair play to him if he did.
Stupid sexy Balor.
There's no way Balor chose this for himself. Not a notion of it. When you see the character he portrayed in New Japan, how over that sort of an edgy character is, and the look and the edge that he brings with it, there's no way he would have put the idea up that this is what he wanted to do.
Well, I think he's Trips' boy as well, so I think if they didn't want it to happen, or he didn't want it to happen, he would have mentioned it, and Trips would have mentioned it to Stephanie.
It's a hard thing to turn down.
Exactly, and it doesn't look well if he did. But as I said, Sonya Deville, you know who's the perfect person for this?
Yeah.
And it would have been too early for a call-up. The Velveteen Dream.
Yep.
There's your guy. And it wouldn't have felt contrived. It wouldn't have felt forced. The Balor Club for everyone, so Michael Cole can have an orgasm every 10 seconds when he comes out. Do you know?
But the thing is, just said there, it might be too early for a call-up. Can you honestly say that he'd do any worse than what No Way Jose is going to do?
No, and Nia Jax was called up a year ago, and she still isn't ready. So, but I mean that in the sense that I'd prefer to see Velveteen Dream stay there for a little while longer, just because I like him. I don't want to see him ruined.
Oh no, so would I completely. But at the same time, I think if he was called up, I'd have no doubts that he'd be. I'd have no doubts he'd be a hit up there. Like, but yeah, he's a perfect character for it. It jumps out of him, like. But no, we ain't gonna get that.
Maybe they didn't want someone so
over the top,
flamboyant, screaming. We'll say
flaming,
flaming. As Homer Simpson says, I like my TV loud, my beer cold, and my homosexuals flaming. But yeah, I don't know. An odd choice. It is. But look, if it was his decision, fair play to him. It's good to see them do something like that. You need more inclusion and everything, and that's cool. Are we just annoyed that it was a person we wanted to see taken more seriously and going for
I think that's
world title shots?
Yeah. It's the execution.
Yeah, it's not to do with the cause at all. I think it's fantastic. They're embracing it completely, but
100%
can be done so much better and so much more believable.
It's the classic WWE thing. You know, the execution always lets the idea down.
Gender is Canadian, remember? I think that's the best way I can put it. You're like, come on, guys. Come on now.
What are you talking about? The 1.3 billion Canadians, like? Is that what that's about?
1.3 billion people up there.
Jesus.
So, how tired are you, Gordo?
Fucking hanging. I'll be asleep before the Liverpool match tomorrow night. Like, I'm done. I'm broken.
You working?
Broken. Oh, thank Christ, no work till Wednesday. But,
nice.
Kill me.
So the first WrestleMania weekend of 2bitsports.com is in the books, boys. Yeah, it worked out well. We got a shitload of new followers. We didn't reach our target yet. We still have one more night to go, I suppose. But I don't see the numbers being there tomorrow night. Actually, after I put the tweet up going, please follow us, blah blah blah, we lost followers. So I'm not doing that again. I went like 2. It didn't make any odds. But
Jesus, lads, what the fuck? God.
Yeah, the 6 people watching here, go attack people on Twitter to get them to follow us.
Yes, please. And Steve will keep his pants on this time.
He swears.
I will not.
Unless you're into that sort of thing, then he won't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 2-Bit Sports is for everyone. But I think we'll call it a day there.
Yeah.
5:15. 3 nights in a row live post shows. We're done. As usual,
Backlash. We might do one for Backlash or the Greatest Royal Rumble. Greatest Royal Rumble will be a lot easier because it's got
that's a weekend. Yeah, come here.
Friday night.
Friday night.
It's midnight. I think it's start time.
No, it starts at 5 p.m.
Our time.
Yeah.
5 p.m. our time. It starts.
Yep. Oh my god! I thought this was a regular hour. I looked this up earlier, and it was midnight our time.
No, it's 5 p.m. our time. It starts.
No, it's 12 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh, so it's 5 p.m. our time. Perfect.
Exactly. Nice. So we can do the post show. We can watch the show, do a post show, and still get in for last bell.
Lovely.
The way all
will still be open by the time the show's over. Never happened before. But yeah, as normal, follow us on 2-Bit Wrestling, facebook.com/2bitsport, 2-Bit Sports, 2bitsports.com. Follow us on YouTube through this link if you're listening. I mean, if you're not, if you're listening on SoundCloud tomorrow, just search 2-Bit Sports. We do post shows WrestleMania weekend and possibly other weekends. We don't know. Maybe the Greatest Royal Rumble. But thanks very much for following us. WrestleMania weekend is essentially in the books, lads.
Overall weekend, I have to say, decent little weekend. I enjoyed it.
Steve, how was your actual WrestleMania weekend when you were in New Orleans?
Lads, New Orleans is a fantastic city, as Nick will tell you. Really, really enjoyed it. It's fucking long. I've fucking walked about 10 kilometers each day, just going between places and doing things. And thankfully, IHOP isn't too far away, so that was grand. I love IHOP. Please bring it to Ireland. The wrestling, fantastic. NXT was definitely the highlight of the weekend. That was a fantastic show. WrestleMania, oh Jesus, way too long. A couple of good moments, mainly down moments. Raw was good. I enjoyed Raw. I think it was much better because 3-hour shows, much more manageable. And Raw After Mania crowds rock.
Match of the weekend, Nicky.
Ladder match for the NXT United States or North American title.
I think it's a full house before even asking there.
Yep.
Yeah, Gordo.
I was actually going to go to Gargano Ciampa, but
it was between the two of those for me. It was a toss up between the two, but I went for the ladder.
The ladder match was amazing. I just for the whole story of Gargano Ciampa and the build and everything. I think taking everything in that done it for me.
Yeah, basically the two best matches were that night.
Lads, we're not even talking about Ring of Honor either. There was 3 matches on that, which were better than anything from the main roster of WWE.
Before I move past that, did you hear who the agent was for the ladder match?
No.
Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Nice.
Really?
That makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ring of Honor. Did you just finish it today, Steve? Is it?
Yeah. Oh my God!
What do you think of the talking about main event? Just go straight to the main event. What did you think?
Which main event?
Come on,
it was a double main event.
Yeah.
What I loved about the Supercard of Honor was that the title match went last.
Yeah.
So they had their marquee match, which was second to last, which was fantastic. Told a fantastic storyline. Loved every minute of it. And they still had a match that followed it, which lived up to the expectation for that alone as well.
Why do you think they did it that way?
Because the title match should always go on last.
No, because they knew Gargano and Ciampa was going on last. So people could watch both. People could watch both. They could watch Kenny and Cody and then watch Gargano Ciampa.
I call bullshit to that.
Time frames wouldn't have matched up. The Ring of Honor show went nearly 5 hours.
I'm only messing.
backing down fairly quick.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
No, I think that just
watching
proves that
one or the other the next day anyway. Well, apart from the people who were in the arena who couldn't watch either, they had to watch one or the other.
I think that just proves that the Gargano Ciampa didn't have to go on last. It was a decision that they made, and for right or wrong, I still would have put on the title match last because you're saying the title match is always between the two best guys in the company. That should be your main event, your marquee match.
Well, the title is on the wrong guy then.
Maybe.
Just playing devil's advocate.
Maybe. But no, I think... Well played. I thought both main events from Ring of Honor were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic matches.
And the ladder match.
Fantastic stories. The ladder match. Ladder match was fun, like the ladder match in NXT. But I think the stories being told in the 2 main events in Ring of Honor were fantastic. Really, really, really enjoyed them.
There's only one real storyline to come out of it. One marquee storyline is the Buck super kicking Kenny here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought BT 100 would have been out today.
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow, okay.
Yeah, they tweeted out today. They tweeted out this evening saying it's going out tomorrow. So
cool.
But I want to watch it now.
Exactly. Once again, the meme. You all got any of those BTE episodes? So I wonder what they're going to do. What the big thing is.
Guess we'll have to watch and find out.
Exactly.
Yep. There you are, lads.
Look in bed.
Matto, Nico, Jackson O. There you are, your cheap plug to the 5 people watching. Yeah. So, fuck this. No more wrestling ever.
Stay up time next week, yeah?
Oh yeah, definitely.
No, I'll see you Friday.
Say goodbye, boys.
We may be appearing on another podcast tomorrow if times line up. Would be 3:00 our time if we're doing it.
Steve won't be there now. Fitz won't be there.
Steve won't be there. But myself, Gordo, and Nicky may be on another podcast tomorrow. We'll see how it all lines up. And I have to ring Gordo at 2:30 to wake him up.
I was going to say I may be hibernating, so
yeah, we'll see how it goes. But we'll let you know on Twitter if that's happening. And the lads at Take Two Takedown will too. And fuck this. I'm going. Talk to you there, lads.
Take him away, toys.
Top guys out.
Tough guy. Safe home, Steve.
Too sweet.
Slanta.
Whoop, whoop.